Okay, so yeah, we were talking about the intake of carbon dioxide. So when the concentration of carbon dioxide inside the leaf is less than the atmospheric air, carbon dioxide will diffuse into the intercellular air spaces of the spongy mesophyll through stomata. Now the mesophyll cells are covered, like I said before, are covered by a thin layer of thin film of water. So that carbon dioxide dissolves in it and diffuses into the cell. Okay. Now, let's talk about the intake of water. So the vascular bundles in the stem, they pass through the petioles, I mean the leaf stalk, and enter the leaves. Now, within the leaves, they branch throughout the mesophyll layers, forming the leaf veins. Now, water from the roots travels through the xylem vessels in the vascular bundles and enter the leaves. Once out of the xylem vessels, the water travels from cell to cell through osmosis. Okay, so let's write them down. Are there any questions?
No.
Okay, then we will start with photosynthesis afterwards.
I'm done copying.
Okay, great. Do you know if you have to learn specifically about light dependent and light independent stages of photosynthesis?
Why can't we hear you?
Sorry?
What? Whatever you just didn't really hear you. Your voice, like your voice wasn't audible. It wasn't audible.
Oh, okay. I was asking you if you know um, whether you have to study the light dependent and the light independent stages of photosynthesis. Hello? Hello?
Well,
Can you hear me?
yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, great. I was asking whether you have ever heard about light dependent and light independent stages of photosynthesis.
Yeah, I have.
Oh, okay. So then you do have this in your syllabus.
I think so. I think we do.
Okay, then it's okay. Then let's start with photosynthesis. Yeah, so what is photosynthesis? It's quite obvious. This is a process by which plants convert carbon dioxide and water into sugars using sunlight as energy in the presence of chlorophyll. It's quite a mouthful. I would rather say and oxygen. Okay, so let's write down the equation for photosynthesis that is simply the reverse of respiration. Okay. I know that, typically we don't even mention this one. And I
Yeah, I
don't think
was
you
confused.
have, yeah, but yeah, it's because, you know, the plants, they do actually release water vapor as well in the process. But to be honest, it can be ignored. Okay. All right. Yeah, that's it. I think you already know this is glucose. All right, so photosynthesis, it can be actually split into two different stages. One is the light dependent stage and another is the light independent stage. Okay, so first we have the light dependent stage. Like the name suggests, light dependent, this stage actually depends on light. That means, yeah, it cannot be done without light at all. We actually need the energy from light specifically to make this stage happen. So what is being done in this stage? So light energy is absorbed by chlorophyll, and this energy is actually used to split water into hydrogen and oxygen atoms in a process called photolysis. Okay, so this is number one. Yeah, so this splitting of water is actually called photolysis using light energy, of course. So if you want to write this down, it will look like this. Yeah. Why did I even write O2? I mean, you don't need to learn this equation, but I still wrote it. I think I made a mistake. Just check. I need to put O2, but then I need to balance it using half. Okay. And then the oxygen atoms, they actually combine to form oxygen gas, and this is the product of photosynthesis. So this oxygen, it leaves the it leaves through the stomata, as we have studied. Now, there are also like other high energy molecules which are generated in this light independent stage, which are generated in this light dependent stage, which will be used in the light independent stage to convert this carbon dioxide into glucose. Okay, so you don't need to know what else is formed because you'll study this in A levels anyways. So yeah, for now, I think, oh shit. For now, it's enough to know that other high energy molecules are formed in this stage for use in the light independent stage, which is the next stage, to convert carbon dioxide into glucose. Now, this conversion, carbon dioxide into glucose, this happens in the light independent stage, okay? So this stage is over right here, okay? I think that's clear.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so what happens in the light independent stage? So the chemical energy that is stored during the light reaction, so these high energy molecules, so that's where the chemical energy of the light is stored temporarily. Okay, these molecules will be used in a series of reactions to convert carbon dioxide into glucose. So hydrogen from the light reactions is used as a reducing agent in the process. So these hydrogens that we actually produced in our light dependent stage, this will be used up as a reducing agent. And then the carbohydrate will be formed in this stage. The carbohydrate formed in this stage is converted to glucose and other carbohydrates by enzymes. So actually it will form a carbohydrate, okay, that will be converted to glucose. And specifically in this stage, we do not need any light, okay? So no light is needed. Okay. That's it. Let me know when you're done writing and we can start with the limiting factors, or maybe we can start it next day. Yeah, and then I will move on to the chapter of transport in flowering plants. Okay.
All right.
Do you have any questions, any difficulty in understanding or taking in this much information or whatever?
I think I just have to read it through again and then I'll understand it much better. Because I have to read it by myself at home. Maybe that'll help.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. So whatever I'm teaching you, make sure that you go through them again and probably again and again. Okay. Only then you'll be able to remember them and understand them better. Okay. So
Oh, I
yeah,
had a question. Since I'm not taking paper 6, do we have to go through the investigations? Like, do they come in paper 2?
yeah, that's the thing. They do sometimes. They do come over because
Oh,
yeah, it's quite analogous to paper 6 and paper 2. So if you, to be honest, if you're done like studying for paper 1 and 2, paper 6 will be nothing. Like কিছু কোনো কিছুই weird লাগবে না, কোনো কিছুই কঠিন লাগবে না paper 6 এর, অনেক easy লাগবে. once you're done with paper 1 and 2.
I think
So I
it's
would say
maybe that's because I haven't finished it. That's why it's harder for me.
exactly, because you haven't finished it, that's why it's harder for you. And I would say if
Yeah.
you're really prepared well for paper 1 and 2, it would be, I would say it's quite ridiculous not to take paper 6. It is easier.
If I'm able to finish if I'm able to finish the whole syllabus, then maybe I will take paper 6.
Yeah, I would suggest you do once you're done, like with paper 1 and 2.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure.
All right.
Yeah, I'm done copying this.
Okay, then I think I'll end the class here today because I'm not feeling that well. Um, yeah, I would suggest that you study at home and go through these notes and not just, attend my classes. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, so I'm actually going to be taking an exam once I'm done with probably the next chapter. And also I'll give you some worksheets soon, okay?
All right. Thank you.
All right, no problem. Bye bye.